Hello and welcome to another video about SnowRunner. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about the latest mod that was released onto mod.io for SnowRunner, but we're also going to be taking a look at a little bit of gameplay and some screenshots that sort of highlight some details that we haven't really seen yet because we're looking at them in more of a gameplay-focused environment. So if that's something y'all are interested in, make sure you keep watching the video, and we'll see you guys there. So in regards to this content, we have a lot to unpack today. Now, mainly what we're unpacking today is, again, the mod that was released on the mod.io workshop for SnowRunner recently, which is Chameleon Hum's Cybertruck. Now, if you want to see the full version of the gameplay that's about to pop up on the right-hand corner of the screen, the full version will be linked in the description box down below. Now, out of respect for him, I'm not showing the full gameplay, I'm just showing the little bits and pieces and highlights that I thought were the most interesting. Now, I don't know if that sort of backup camera display is something that is standard in the game or something that he put in to go with this mod, but this next part that he's actually going to show shows him switching suspension heights and also shows him switching tire types in what looks like a DevTools sort of menu that we're used to in MudRunner mod and Spin Tires Plus of old. Now, also, we can see here him driving through a snowdrift, and you can see the snow deforms in a different way than mud. It seems to deform a lot more softly. It seems like the snow is a lot softer than mud itself, which makes sense in realistic terms. And then the next part that I was very interested in as well, or at least interested in showing, is what happens when he drives out onto this frozen lake. Because as you can see, he has absolutely no traction. No traction at all whatsoever. Now, going back through all of those clips and going back through all of those, like, you know, the different little highlights of that gameplay, I honestly want to say that the fact that, you know, tire type switching and stuff like that, that was probably the biggest standout feature to me. I mean, it's super annoying, and it's always been super annoying in MudRunner that they really didn't let you switch tires on a certain vehicle. You had to have different versions of a vehicle for every different set of tires. It was absolutely ridiculous. But now, obviously, you can have one version of a vehicle, and then you can have all your different tire types just in a choosable menu, like in a selectable list in a menu, which really, more than anything, is a big step in the right direction, in my opinion. Now, moving on, we also have some screenshots of the mod itself. This one here in particular, we see the Cybertruck buried in some mud. Now, this mud pit here looks a little bit more detailed than what you might see in MudRunner, but again, we also have to remember that we don't know what graphics settings he's running in this gameplay. We don't know what kind of graphics settings he's using in the game, and we don't know what his graphics card setup is on his machine. So, with that all being said, it looks pretty good. I think the interface looks really clean. I don't think it looks busy. I think it looks very, honestly, nice and cleaned up and easy to use and easy to see. But I also want to say that the mud deformation, I mean, you can see that it's different than the snow. You can see it definitely looks thicker. And now, this is not, you know, this is not final. I cannot assume that this is final because obviously the game isn't out yet. But it definitely looks like what we'll potentially be seeing in the full release build of the game. Now, I'm also not sure which region this is, but I'm assuming it is Alaska. It doesn't look like it would be anywhere else. Maybe Tamir, but Tamir is a lot more swampy. Now, to be fair, there are some, obviously, you know, very snowy regions over there, but at the same time, I would be really surprised if this wasn't Alaska. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on what region you guys think this is, and also let me know in the comments below if you'll be using this mod when it comes out. Now, like I said before, I'll be linking the mod itself and the gameplay video, the full gameplay video, in the description down below. But I want you guys to let me know, for one, where you think he went in relation to the regions of the game to actually take these screenshots and take this gameplay. But also, if you think this Cybertruck is something that you guys will be using or not, because I know that this one was available in MudRunner. I mean, really, all the mods that we've seen, at least from Chameleon Hum, in SnowRunner so far, have been conversions from MudRunner, so we definitely have to keep that in mind. Now, something that's very interesting to me about this whole thing is that we really haven't seen any other modders, one, uploading anything to mod.io, and two, posting any gameplay or screenshots. Now, it kind of strikes me as odd, because I look at it and I'm like, is Chameleon Hum literally the only modder out there that actually has this access, or are there other modders that are like, you know, making mods and playing around with the game on the down low? So I don't know if that is something that I don't know if that's something that we're looking at, but I'm very, very curious to find out whether or not, you know, when the game comes out, if we're going to see this huge surge of mods, or if it's going to be just like, you know, Chameleon Hum stuff on the workshop for like a week, or well, on the mod.io workshop for like a week or 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, and then we start seeing some other mods roll in. I, for one, am thinking that there's probably probably more than a few modders that are working on mods in SnowRunner right now, potentially, but are keeping their mods sort of hidden, kind of, you know, kind of hidden behind like the back door until the game comes out. So I'm expecting we'll see maybe not a big surge of mods, but potentially a fairly hefty surge once the game actually releases. Maybe like after the game has been out for like 2 or 3 days, we should probably see a good chunk of mods start to drop and drop and drop and drop and drop. Now, when MudRunner first came out, we had, I think, one of the first mods, at least one of the first mods that wasn't like a direct conversion from spin tires, at least I don't think it was Banks's Raptor, or at least the first version of Banks's Raptor. Because I remember doing a video on that roughly a week or two after MudRunner originally came out, and that was obviously met with a really good reception because it was a new mod on a new game, and everybody was curious about, you know, the improvements that had been made. And I think, for one, I was very disappointed that you couldn't just like change out tire types, you know, like at your leisure. But really, that wasn't that big of a deal when MudRunner first came out. But now that that's coming back into SnowRunner as a prime feature, I'm very, very much looking forward to it, as I said before in the beginning of the video. Now, judging by everything that we've seen so far, I believe that we're going to see a bit of a shift in the dynamic of mods that are made for SnowRunner versus MudRunner. Now, if the mud and snow physics have been changed a lot, well, sorry, if the mud physics have been changed a lot and the snow physics function like nothing we've ever seen before, then the modders are definitely going to have to rework the friction dynamics of their trucks, and like depending on what purpose they have for that truck. Like, for example, if it's a mud truck and the mud physics are completely new engine, you know, if they're handled in a completely different way, then modders are going to have to go back in and rework, you know, their grip physics and everything before they bring a mud truck out to SnowRunner. Like, for example, the crazy Blue Ranger that you guys all know and love on my channel, and if you haven't seen any of that truck yet, like if you're a new subscriber and you haven't seen the Blue Ranger yet, oh my god, go on my channel and just type in MudRunner Ford Ranger. It'll pop up. It's nuts. But that truck, for example, for those of you that know that truck, and for those of you that know exactly what that truck is all about and what it can do, I would venture a guess as to say that they'll probably have to rework the grip physics in order to make it function correctly in SnowRunner. Now, whether or not they're going to convert that over to SnowRunner, I have no idea. I know it was a project between Frog and Red and maybe a couple of other people, but whether or not they're going to bring that over into SnowRunner is beyond me. I mean, that's kind of up to them, because the modders, contrary to what a lot of people think, I mean, the modders, sometimes they take, you know, requests or commissions, but a lot of the time they build kind of whatever they want, and it's kind of an odd deal when you think about it. But at the end of the day, you know, if they really don't want to bring a mod over, they probably won't bring it over. But likewise, if they really do want to bring a mod over, then they will. And I think that also shines a light on how much we really need this changeover to be simple. And I think the Cybertruck definitely shows that it's not going to be that difficult to do. I mean, considering the fact that Chameleon Hum already has a freaking motorcycle in SnowRunner, I feel like it can't be all that hard to do. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you're a player that uses mods, or if you're a modder yourself, I would love to hear some modders chime in on whether or not you're planning on bringing your whole library to SnowRunner, or starting fresh, or what you plan on doing, or what your opinion is on on people that are already bringing mods over to SnowRunner right now. So with all of that being said, definitely leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to know what you guys think. Like the video if you enjoyed it, share it with your friends if they're curious about SnowRunner and what they're doing with mods, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell so you're notified every time we go live with a new video or live stream, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you all so much for your support, and I'll catch you guys soon.